it definitely is the wild west right now, but I think it is starting to settle down. And here's why I say that, because you mentioned that win now mentality. It's become like the NFL, right? They're going to have basically a salary cap, and that salary cap is going to determine who they can sign, who they can't. And I'll give you the example, and it relates to Pat Narduzzi. It'd be the receiver, Addison, who just got drafted by Minnesota, right? He had Addison, who was the Blitnikoff winner, on his team. Alabama comes calling. They want to give him $1 million. And then USC comes a calling. They want to give him 1.5. And he goes out to USC. And you can't blame the kid. You can't blame him. He's, and that's the rule. And he's able to go out and sow the fruits of his labor. And he deserved it. He had a great year at Pitt. He had over 1,500 yards. But the problem for a team like Pat Narduzzi is he says, I've got to now pay more money just to retain the players that I recruited, that committed to me and this program. And so now I think you're going to see college teams structured a lot like NFL teams, where they'll have a general manager to scout the NIL portals, look at other rosters and say, hey, we think this player may be available. How much of a budget do we have for the NIL where we can support and have, almost like a salary cap where then allotment is there to spend, and then it becomes a fixed cost. That's what NFL owners love about the NFL. You have a hard salary cap, right? This year it's $224 million. That never changes. That's all through the money, through the TV deals that they did. None of that money comes from ticket sales or anything like that. So I think you're going to start seeing salary caps that are going to be put on college teams, and maybe that'll start to really corral the wild west atmosphere that's unfolding right now. It seems like it's starting to go in that direction.
I love that. I love what you're saying there, because it does need to be that. And I think it needs to be tied to MMR.
Yeah.
Otis, multimedia rights deals. That the portion that comes in, the television deal, all those things could create that salary cap scenario that you're talking about, Jim, in the conferences. You see,
that's where the NFL, that's where all the players' salaries get paid. The NFL just signed the 10-year, whatever it was, $110 billion deal. That's what pays the players' salaries. Each year, all these networks, they cut the teams the check. All right, here's your $224 million. Now the teams know they're good to go out in free agency, sign who they sign. And to me, that's how it should be structured in college, with all these big, the SEC network deals and just NBC, however it's who's all paying each network, Big Ten network, all that. That to me should be what pays the players. And then anything else from parking and concessions, much like NFL owners who own their own stadium, they get all that revenue themselves and they share it with other owners. But that's what the Big Ten network would do. If they're partners with all the other Big Ten teams, then whatever revenues they make personally, concessions, parking, they should be sharing it with all their Big Ten compatriots, in my opinion. No different than the NFL.
So what you're saying is that $24 beer that you're paying for, it doesn't go to the players. It goes straight to the owners.
Yeah, that goes straight to the owners in the NFL. Parking, concessions, and people think like when you buy your ticket, that pays the players' salaries. No. All those salaries come through the network TV deals that pay the players' salaries.